Okay, welcome back guys. We are going to go into the parameters, this scary looking thing here. We're going to talk about literally what each parameter does in terms of face rig and show you the process of what you should do really with them. So first off, we have in the previous video sorted out the warp deformers, and we've added a rotation as well to the head, a rotation deformer. So effectively everything is set up for rigging in the parameter window. If you're feeling a little bit fish out of water right now, please do watch the previous videos that I've made on how to use Live2D and how to make a face rig. It'll kind of have you up to date with what we've been doing with the warp deformers and everything else about the software and the basics of how it's used. So yeah, to move on to the parameters here, we have the X and Y angle and the Z angle. These are quite crucial for the movement of your face rig. The angle Z is for the rotation of the head, so what we just did, the rotation here, would be used for angle Z. But X and Y is all about the left, right, and up and down motions of your character's head. Or body, because you can still rig the body completely. I do this myself. You can completely rig the body to move as a corresponding movement with your head. There is another parameter, a set of parameters here called body X, body Y, and body Z. This is something I haven't touched. I don't use these, but I do assume that these can be used with face rig to create the motion of a body where it's kind of lunging towards you or moving backwards and that kind of thing. It's more of a body movement set of parameters, but it's something I've never really bothered with because I've always put the body parameters mixed with the head parameters for, I guess it just seems easier for me to do. So yeah, like these are quite crucial anyway. These three parameters here are very important for the movement of your face rig. So first things first, we want this X and Y to merge together so we can get efficient and smooth movement from the head turns that we do. This little hook here, this little hook icon here, it says link parameters as well as a highlight. So just click on that and it links both X and Y together. This allows, like I say, for smoother movement overall. If you don't link it together, the left and right and up and down movements won't have like the corners here. So it will seem very kind of robotic in the way it moves and it wouldn't be as smooth as you'd like. So I do recommend linking these two together for a better result. Currently, we have no keyforms in this parameter. We can add keyforms to this. Keyforms are like keyframes in animation. And with this, we're going to highlight the warp deformer of the head. If you've made it correctly, everything should be together like this, the face and everything. Here we have these buttons. This one allows you to add 2 keyforms, this one allows you to add 3 keyforms, and these also allow you to delete all keyforms in a parameter, and this actually allows you to edit keyforms manually. I rarely use this one. Show only the parameters active for selected objects. Again, I don't really use this either, but it can be good to hide things, like say for example, I'm gonna click on the free keyform button and as you can see it's made literally 3 keyforms for every angle. So now that we've created a keyform for the warp deformer of the head here, we can hide everything. So if you're someone like me who gets a little bit scatterbrained because there's so many things listed and it kind of distracts you, you can single out what you're working on in this way, which I think is really nice. So yeah, to explain what's going on here, imagine that this keyform here, this is the default position for your face rig. So when you load up face rig, your character will be staring right at you. This here, this keyform here, is the left, and the same goes for the right here. This will be your right side when you turn your head. And again, this is you looking up, and this is you looking down. And these are kind of like the in-betweens of the motion. You have the head turning left, but the head looking up left. the head looking to the right, looking up and right. So hopefully you understand what I mean by that. We can start making some simple movements with this. Also, you do this, but you can snap to a keyform by clicking the right mouse button. So it's exactly where it should be on the keyform. Don't be trying to match it to the shape, it's not going to work, don't do that. Just right click on it and it will snap right to the keyform. We're going to start doing some basic movements so we can establish the keyforms a little better. We're going to start off with making keyforms for the up, down, right and left. We're going to start with the left. Like I say, right click on the keyform so it's exactly where it needs to be. And you can use the arrow keys while you have the warp deformer selected to move it to the side. You can also use the mouse, but sometimes it's nicer to have a bit more of a uniform movement. So if we move this red circle, we can now see that there's movement. The face rig, if you were to load this up in face rig right now, when you turn your head, it will always move to the left, like this. So yeah, now we have to do it to the right. Move the head to the right. I might make it a little bit more exaggerated, so let's just bring it to the left like that. Bring it to the right like that. We got the up motion, so we're going to move the head up. And then we got the down motion, which we're going to move the head down. So you can edit this however you want to make it work however you want it to work. So you're thinking, well, okay, so we've done these keyforms, but what about the corner ones? It's not really moving as smoothly as it could. Well, if you click on the lines here, go on synthesize corners. Don't click on anything, keep it the same, click OK. And now it's actually done the work for you. So we got the basic movement down for the head. And like I say, if you were to put that into face rig right now, and you move your head, it will do this. So moving on to angle Z. We need to add 3 keyforms to this parameter because we need a default position here in the middle. So again, we highlight the head rotation. Make sure that angle Z is highlighted and click on add 3 keyforms. So the left keyform here is the left rotation. The right keyform is obviously the right. So now, if we were to play around with the angle Y and X, it's actually rotated already for you. So again, if your head was rotating, it would make this kind of movement. At this point, I would say definitely tweak it if you feel like the rotation of it is a bit too drastic. Or if the movement of the head is too drastic. I'm already seeing that it might be a little bit too pronounced. So I'm just going to bring it to the middle a little bit more. I think the left and right is fine. But of course, if you edit the top one, you have to edit the rest. Having said that though, if you just edit the top keyform to where you want it to be, edit the bottom keyform to where you want it to be, and so on, all you have to do is go on the synthesize corners again and it will redo everything for you again. It's a really handy tool for making small tweaks, really. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how it's rotating, and the head's done. So with that, guys, that was the introduction to angle X and angle Y and angle Z. I hope that was useful. We'll be moving on to making the eyes blink. So I hope to catch you in the next one. If you found this useful, please do give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. It'd be really cool to know what you guys think of the tutorials so far. If there's any questions, please comment in the comments below and I'll see if I can help you out with it. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourselves and see you later. Bye, guys!